Hey everybody, what's up, what's up, what's up? Let's go ahead and get into, and just like that, this is season 2, episode 4, Alive. If you're brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows, one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, y'all go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then let's talk about everything down below in the comment section. So, this episode starts off with Carrie. She's out to eat with Jackie. And she's like, I'm going to give you something that you've been asking for. I want to keep my word, keep a promise. And she gives him an autographed copy of her book. He's geeked, okay, because, it don't take much for Jackie. Jackie's hollandaise sauce is, doing a little something in his stomach. So when he goes running to the bathroom, Carrie gets a text from this man, Marlon, that is like posed like sitting in a restaurant. It looked like he took the pic. You know what it looked like? It looked like he was in the restaurant and somebody sent the picture. So she looking around like, what the what? And then she sees Enid, who is from Vogue, and was like trying to ignore her and like get away from her to be real. So Enid was really type rude, was saying how, she was trying to avoid her because she never sent a condolences card, when Big passed away. Carrie's like, don't even worry about it. But I did email you though, because she wanted Enid to like include like a little blurb about her book. Now Enid has had a fall from grace. So she went from Vogue, she says she works somewhere else, and now she just has her Ask Enid still situation. But she is getting ready to start a online magazine called Vivant, which is French for alive. She said that her and Carrie, we in the same age group. Carrie was like, the what? I was like, how old is Enid? Because let's be real. Does Sarah Jessica Parker, has she aged? She looks a little weathered, okay? She looks a little weathered. But them two ladies don't look like they're in the same age group. So Carrie is like, well, it's too late for the blurb. However, maybe I can. So then Carrie is like, well, maybe you can just kind of mention the book, in general. Enid was on some, if I mention your book, I got to mention everybody else's book. Carrie said, who else? Who else got a book? So Enid wants her to come and get involved in this magazine. So in Carrie's mind, she's thinking maybe she wants me to like write an online column or something like that. We pan over to Miranda. She's trying to sleep on the couch. Miranda is back in New York because had his Brady had his breakup, and she's down on the couch, and we hear like a speed bag type situation. So Steve is going ham on that speed bag, just on some. I said, okay, Steve. I like Steve. I've always loved Steve's voice. So Miranda goes upstairs and she's asking Brady, is he asleep? Brady's like, not if I can hear you, sis. So they apparently have therapy while Miranda's in the bathroom getting ready to brush her teeth. She gets a text message from Che, and Che said that they can't wait to see her. I said, oh, y'all still going strong, huh? How long is this gonna last, y'all? Realistically, I don't see this the way that this episode went, the way that the preview for next episode is going. We got to the end of the season for this, and this is gonna wrap up real quick. So Carrie is out for coffee with Seymour, and she's talking about how Enid wants her to come and work for this magazine, but Carrie feels away because of the whole age situation. Seema tells her, look, use this to your advantage, right? Go in there and negotiate. She told you no initially, but now she wants something from you. Tit for tat, sis. Tit for tat. Y'all know Carrie be super weird and awkward about things like that. So we're going to see how Carrie, butchers this negotiation later. Charlotte and Harry. I'm so sick of Charlotte. At least Miranda has a storyline as random as it is. Miranda at least has a storyline. Charlotte is really out here just. Charlotte ain't got nothing going on, y'all. Nothing. Charlotte and Harry done dropped their kids off to camp, so they're gonna have the sex. And Charlotte is like, Harry, do you want to come on my tits? I said, oh. Okay. All right. Harry does it, and nothing comes out. So she's telling the girls at lunch about it, and then we get this conversation about jizz, which is such a white girl word. I'm sorry, y'all, but it is. So then we get this conversation about jizz. Miranda is like, I no wonder I should have known this about myself. I don't even like mayo. And it's like, Miranda, girl, please, 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 please. Lisa and her husband Herbert are out for a drink, and they're drinking espresso martinis, my favorite type of martini. Get it with tequila, thank me later. But they're drinking espresso martinis, and they're talking about their anniversary party that is going to be coming up. So Herbert is telling her that, I'm happy that I was able to send out the invitations for you and get that off your plate. And I knew right then that man ain't send out them invitations. I knew it. I was just waiting on it to actually come up. But I knew he didn't send out them invitations. It like everything seemed like it was going too smooth. So he wants to run for city comptroller, but he has decided not to because he knows how busy she is, how busy he is right now, and he still wants to be able to help her do little things around the house, things that need to be taken care of so that she can oops, hold on. Things that needs to be taken care of so that, she can fulfill her dreams and do what it is that she wants to do as well without feeling like super, super, super overwhelmed, right? So they're out having a good time. They said they're gonna get another round of martinis so they can be wide awake to go home and get it on and popping. Charlotte and Harry, they go to the doctor to find out what's good with him. They said that his semen emptied into his bladder, and it's just a matter of like his muscles just kind of failing in the moment. The doctor suggests to do some Kegels. Okay, Charlotte, as a woman, does Kegels, as a lot of us do. So Charlotte is like, I can help you. We get this very cringe scene of the two of them trying to get Harry to do Kegels. Find Charlotte a storyline. If y'all not gonna give Charlotte a real storyline, get this lady something to do. I know something. So Miranda and family, Stephen, Brady, they are all at therapy. Brady said, "Look, I'm over my breakup. Okay, I don't work through it. It's been 3 weeks. I'm good with it. No harm, no foul for me. I'm Gucci." So they like, okay, bet, cool. Got you through your first major breakup. We're good to go. He now wants to talk about Miranda and Steve. Y'all divorcing, y'all separating. What's good because it's confusing to him, and like it's really not helping him. Now, I've said numerous times on my channel, I am not a child of divorce. My parents are still married, so I don't know how. Like, I don't know the mental effect that has on kids, and I'm sure it doesn't matter the age. You know what I mean? So they're like, we want to be underneath the same roof because they both want to be there for Brady. The therapist suggests y'all got to find some consistency, okay? And with that means that, maybe it's time for somebody to move out, get a place so that we can now start to see what, this new normal is going to be. What is creaking? Oh, so we can see, what this new normal is going to be. Miranda initially offers to move out, and Steve was like, "Nah, keep the house. I'll just get an apartment closer to Scout, which is his bar." So Brady then decides in that moment to announce he's not going to college this fall. Now, Miranda big mad, whereas Steve is like, "Cool, do what's best for you." I feel, as somebody that did go to college right away after high school, I do feel that you should give it a try. You know what I mean? You don't know if unless you know for sure college is not for you, and you're gonna go to into like a trade, fire department, paramedic, plumber, HVAC, like line tech. Unless you want to do something like that, you need to at least give college the old college try. I love puns. I do. Okay. So Shay is back in New York. She's at this apartment, at her new apartment. Carrie is coming over there with her. Miranda is ranting to Carrie about how Brady's not going to school. Carrie is like, why didn't you just say something? Miranda said they have a little deal, okay? Brady ain't gonna punch her in the face, and she's not gonna fill up the couch or the room by doing all of this. But I feel like this is a moment where you could have really, said something to your child, because that's still your child at the end of the day. So Carrie is there with Miranda. She don't want to be there long. She said, I'm here for one drink. Lyle, aka Shay's husband, is there too. So Miranda is worried about Lyle. Why is Lyle here? I thought he would be gone by now. Shay was like, look, you think he gonna drive me 3,000 miles to go, pack up all my stuff from the other apartment, move it over here? And I'm thinking, why would he be driving you? Didn't Shay live in New York? Didn't she just go out there? I just that's some bull. Something ain't right about that. Why did that man have to drive you back? You didn't drive out there, did you? Didn't Shay fly? Am I misremembering something? So Chase said that he's gonna be sleeping on the couch. I said, and he's staying? Miranda is just playing boo boo the fool and letting this woman play all up in her face. Che is playing all up in Miranda's face, and Miranda is either too sex driven to see it, or she's just ignoring it to be defiant. But it's getting to be too much, sis. You know better than this now, Miranda. We're at least in her husband's anniversary party. Ain't nobody there, okay? Now, at first, I thought they was going to try to do the whole CPT time, fashionably late time, but it's like a couple people are coming in, and I noticed that it's just the people that found out word of mouth. Then we see Billy D. Williams. Yes, Billy D. Williams is Lisa's father, and apparently Lisa's father and Herbert's mother don't get along. Really, they really be like going against their in-laws, their child in-laws, and bigging up their own children. Standard. So we come to find out that Herbert never sent out the invitations. So the only people that's there are the people that were invited word of mouth. So it's Charlotte and Harry, Lisa's father, Herbert's mother, and then this guy from the art gallery that is friend that I guess Lisa knows. So Charlotte, we remember during the show, Charlotte worked for an art gallery. She was a curator, I believe. So he remembered her as discovering some artists. So they're talking throughout the course of the night, and he ends up offering Charlotte a job. Girl, take it. You ain't doing nothing. Take that job. Take it. Take it. Take it. So you got something to do. So you got some type of storyline. Talking about some, my kids need me now more than ever. They trying to get away from you because they sick of you. Rock and Lily, teenagers, they don't need you. As long as you are present when they call upon you, Gucci. But at this age, you can go to work. It's okay. It's okay. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They probably would be happy because I feel like you two in they mix anyway, Charlotte. Way too in they mix. Y'all give Charlotte a storyline. Give her something to do, something to talk about. So they're going through all of this. They bringing out all this food. They done bought a 4-course meal for 31 people. Take it home, give it to a homeless shelter. Do something with it, y'all. Repurpose that lobster. Make some lobster salads and lobster mac and cheese. Y'all gotta do something with it. So Lisa, they're like, okay, let's get to dessert. This is the first dessert that we had. Come to find out, Lisa forgot to order the cake. Now, even though Herbert didn't invite anybody, now Herbert's mama want to get activated and to say, well, Lisa, I didn't forget things because I made my own cakes. Don't nobody want your little square pancake, lady? That made me so mad. And there's nothing against homemade cakes, right? I have people in my family, some of my cousins, that make a bomb cake. But look at where we are. Look at this elegant space. Do we look like we want your sheet pancake? No, we don't. So she going in. Billy D. Williams is like, hold on. Not too much on my wife now just because you gave up your dream and you stopped, doing what you wanted to do to sit back and be a housewife, don't mean that my daughter got to do the same thing. So he's like, my daughter is doing things not just for the money like your husband. Everything your husband does is for money. I said, oh, this is done got messy. This done got messy. So then Lisa comes in and defends her husband, and it's like, he doesn't just do things for money. He is running for city comptroller. Herbert was like, am I? Me? Whenever I see him, I still think of Hamilton because y'all know he was George Washington, the original George Washington. So, a mess of an anniversary. But I also kind of feel like, why didn't y'all, like, Lisa, I mean, I get that he was doing the invitations, but, like, you didn't, like, you ain't heard from nobody. No one has said anything to you about it. I don't know. I feel like this could have been nipped in the bud. We could have caught this before it turned into, like, nobody coming at all. But that's just me. So Shay and Miranda are in bed. Girl, Lyle is still there. Okay, Lyle done passed out sleep, and Shay wants to start having sex. She rubbing and touching. I said, y'all ain't gonna have sex with the man in the bed, are you? So Miranda agrees. Next thing you know, Lyle, who Shay said sleeps like a fucking rock. Not this time he didn't. He gets up and he starts rubbing on Shay. I said, Miranda, I know you ain't about to have no threesome with these people. So they asked Miranda if she's cool with it. She do all this talking, and then finally agrees. It turns really into Che and Lyle. So then Miranda tries to like get on top of them. Her old ass gets a Charlie horse. I said, no part of that threesome looked like anybody wanted to see. I'm glad it didn't go no further because that ain't the threesome on this show that anybody would want to see. But nonetheless. So there's such a motley crew. It's such a motley crew, and clearly Cynthia Nixon don't mind getting naked. So I wouldn't have been surprised we saw her little pasty ass. So she gets the Charlie horse, and Miranda jumps up and it's like, y'all finish. I'm cool with it. Y'all do whatever. I'm gonna tell you this, Miranda. They are fucking. The fact that he was so comfortable doing that with her, they done did it before. And that's why they are still married. Let's not forget that, because when he introduced himself to Carrie, he didn't introduce himself as Che's husband. He said, I was married to Che for 2 years. No, y'all still married by law. Miranda goes, lays down in the living room on this little broken IKEA couch. And Che comes in with the pillow and it's like, I missed you. I want to be in here with you. Whatever. Carrie then goes to this Vivant mixer party. Now, she don't really want to go for real, but she gets there. And Enid is still kind of like rude to her. But then we see that Bitsy is there. And Carrie is like, oh, you know Bitsy? And Enid is like, yeah, she has deep pockets. That should have been Carrie's first clue. She don't really want you here, Carrie, because let's be real. If you're gonna be like a writer on this thing, she's not gonna invite you to this mixer where she's just trying to get money from people. Carrie's talking to Bitsy. We find out that Bitsy is who done gave this man Merlin her phone number. The way that Bitsy explained it is that she used to fuck with Merlin too. So now I'm like, what is going on here? Not Merlin being the old hoe. Girl, it was a lot. It was a lot. So Carrie gets up and moves away from her because Bitsy has always been too much for Carrie. She starts sending Carrie dick pics. I said, Bitsy, this is not the place. It's so inappropriate. That lady was sitting right here with Carrie. She could have easily looked down and saw her phone. I didn't like that, Bitsy. That ain't how we behave. That ain't what we do. So Carrie is talking to, I forgot the lady's name. Was it Gloria? Talking to this lady that is apparently that girl. and she gets a picture with her and Enid because she was telling this lady that she's always admired her, and she felt like she didn't belong at first, and now she feels like maybe this is the right place for her. So Enid is like, oh well, Carrie, I didn't want you to write. You got deep pockets. I invited you here for $100,000. I said, Enid, bitch, I know you fucking lying. But you know what? That's okay, Enid. That's okay. That's okay. So she's looking at the picture that Carrie got of the three of them, and she's scrolling through. And I kind of feel like I think everybody knows that when you are going through somebody's phone, you always go right. You always go right because when you go left, you're going back into their history. But it's also like, it also didn't really make sense because Carrie didn't save the picture. She just opened the picture. Nonetheless, she sees the picture in there, and Carrie had already been like, I can't give you 100,000. I will have to give everybody 100,000. Throw that shade back at her. But I guess after seeing that dick pic in there, who apparently is Enid's new boyfriend, I said, Marlon a hoe. Marlon's a hoe. So Carrie's gonna PayPal her. Carrie, if you don't get your book mentioned or anything like that, don't get our lady no money. You can tell her Bitsy's ass is the one that sent me the picture. Here's the proof. Carrie, why you save it? Nonetheless, y'all, that was episode 4. This episode was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. Let me know what you guys thought about it down below. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.